Hello. Well, I'm back on Uncharted 4. What are you doing this week?
Batman.
Ah, yes, the bats and the mans.
We got to do the bat. It's simple. We do the Batman.
It's simple. We do the Batman.
I was more going for a Heath Ledger Joker, but darts is fine.
We must do him.
We gotta do him, man.
I feel like I could do pre-season 4 darts, but you could do season 4 darts.
Quip quap. Quip quap.
I'm gonna wank all of you right now.
Each of you. One at a time.
Though if you prefer, you can wank. You could pair off and wank each other. Waiter. I was wanking in a bush. Now, we share our wanking. And I was lonely.
Am I actually broadcasting? Yes, I am. Okay, I needed to make sure because YouTube did that thing where it had the default thumbnail up for some reason, and that always just tells me that there's something wrong. I was having trouble broadcasting earlier today, actually.
So I'm gonna end up putting in the quote from. I'm putting in a paraphrase quote from Justice League where Batman's like I'm rich.
Oh yeah, your stream still hasn't popped up for me yet.
That's because I haven't started it yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm just now.
It'll take them 5 minutes to start the stream.
That's because I gotta make things happen.
Yeah, that's why it takes me 5 minutes.
Okay.
Alright. As soon as this goes up. Alright.
Get the left one. I got right.
So, we're back on Batman, Arkham City.
Better than that, fellas. Let's see if we can keep this up.
Oh, don't tell me. Did it? Okay, yeah, it didn't. It didn't put me all the way back at the beginning. It just put me at the beginning of this little section here. And something I hate about Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 4 to a slightly lesser extent is that Drake starts doing this thing where he'll interact with objects in the world, and he'll reach out and touch the wall for some reason, and it just doesn't look right, and it doesn't feel right control-wise.
Hey, PC, what's up? Okay, so last time we were tasked by the Joker to go get him some medicine from Victor Freeze. And we did it as animated Batman, but this time we're going to move on to Flanders Batman.
Flanders Batman.
Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
No, quit it! Stupid, sexy Flanders. I appreciate that sentiment. So the Beyond Batsuit does come back in Arkham Knight, but it actually has a more unique aesthetic in that game as opposed to this game where it just looks like the Bruce Wayne version from the first episode of the series.
Yeah. In Arkham Knight, it's got like a more armored look to it.
Yeah, something that feels authentically Arkham. Hello, sir. How can I help you?
You know, Sam, you could be
You're
making up.
clipping through me. You're clipping through me. Okay.
Am I? Okay, I don't
I
think
did
I
not
can hear
mean to do
myself in
that.
my own headphones. I was trying to figure out where that echo was coming from.
Whoop!
I have too many tabs open.
No, it didn't. That's your imagination enacting up again, Steve.
You know, Sam, you could be making yourself a hell of a lot more useful if you, I don't know, stopped following me and just actually, I don't know.
He wanted
took
to
down some
supervise you
guys.
to make sure you were doing it okay, like the good brother that he is. Come here. Whoop! I'm Batman. I'm just having...
No, you're just abusing being able to, like, backclaw them off a friggin' ledge.
Yep.
That's whack.
Excuse me, Bruce. What were you doing there? What the...
I'm supposed to be sneaking in the
Game?
why
You
can't it still
are...
notice
You are
me?
being whack right now.
No, it's just you.
Did you not see that crap?
I did.
Come on, there.
You have eyes.
Okay, I guess we're doing this.
You know, I would think that the only way I could stream Arkham Origins would be either to like boot up my old PS3 and then just hook up my hot pog to it.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be the best way to do it if you want to do it.
Well, either that or just download it from Steam.
Oh, yeah. But if you've already got it, why rebuy it? But and you know what? The Steam version of that game sucks anyways.
True. So now we're tuning into Penguin Pool's frequencies, or Nathan Penguin. You're playing a game with Nolan North and Troy Baker in it, and I'm also playing a game with Nolan North and Troy Baker.
Oh, that is just perfect, isn't it?
Unfortunately, I heard some bad news with Retro Replay. Troy and Nolan haven't been on the best of terms recently, and I'm like...
Sucks.
It does. And I mean, those two are like besties, man.
Climb the fucking ledge, Drake. Don't just hop up and down in front of it, Nate.
Seriously, this suit really outlines Batman's figure.
It does.
Okay, so someone's using a signal disruptor. Or a signal jammer. And of course it had to be an armored dude.
Goddamn, some using a VPN.
Damn it. Looks like I'm gonna have to do things by force, or rather the hard way.
Yeah, the way to get you killed.
So Nolan North voices Penguin in this game, as well as several mooks.
Yep.
Sam almost broke his neck leaning up like that.
Why are there armored mooks? Oh right, this is New Game Plus. Yoink!
Oh shit.
Did you really forget this New Game Plus?
I did! For a little bit.
You facepalm.
No, you gotta cue the facepalm from that one movie. You know, the one where it's like a bunch of people are facepalming at the same time.
Airplane?
I didn't mean to
or
hit
was
that
it,
guy.
I think
swear
it was
it feels
airplane?
like...
I can't remember.
You didn't hear nothing. I'm right behind you. Every step of the way. DDT! Okay, I don't care how bad that was funny. Batman tries to grapple away, but then he just like, whoop! And he makes the pose of that one Spider-Man meme where it's like, this is how I f the sky. Wish Josh Keaton did that meme.
He did a lot of them.
Yes, he did. He's
that.
hilarious.
Come on, let's get a move on.
Even did a brief Batman voice for one of those memes. They're like, Spider-Man's like, hey Batman, what are you thinking about? I don't know, justice and stuff.
I don't know, justice and stuff.
You know, unfortunately, I did want to get to doing that 6 characters thing, but unfortunately, I ended up giving into temptation.
What did you do?
It's part of a leitmotif for a Persona 5 dungeon. Fran knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's I finally ended up getting to sign Nijima's dungeon, and I swear to God that music is still gonna be stuck in my head for a while.
Of course.
By the way, did you know that
I was
By the way-
totally pointed at the wall.
Stay quiet. Not out of the woods yet.
you know, one thing that's interesting is like I find it odd that the Persona 5 English dub has someone like Elizabeth Maxwell in it, and she's normally a Texas-based voice actress.
These days they've got a lot more of handle on remote recordings.
Unfortunately, I'm also reminded of the fact that Monica Rial was in Fire Emblem Shadows of Lentia as Milla.
Whoa.
Who was supposed to be the Naga deity of love and understanding.
That seems like an excellently bad casting choice.
Well, nowadays, yeah, definitely.
Okay, fall.
You know what I could totally do?
Fucking take cover, Drake! Asshole! I'm pushed circle and Drake just stood there.
All right, let's keep going.
There's an armored dude I gotta take out.
There we go.
Excuse me 1 second.
Look at that view. That view looks like a 2D backdrop, Sam.
Goodbye. And the last guy gives up, so I could just run up to him
Sliding down,
and
then.
I could just run up to him and interrogate
Nah,
him.
Never mind.
We said I know. We said I know.
Is there some sort of obvious thing I'm missing here? I'll climb up that way, I guess.
Okay, so at first I thought... Okay, so fun fact, when I first saw the guys with the proximity mines attached to them, I ended up getting the impression that I was going to come across... That there were going to be some mooks who would end up blowing me up along with them, but then I realized how stupid that thought sounded.
Right.
And realized that apparently it was supposed to be them being able to plant mines. So, we've got a hell of a story to tell, Fran.
What happened now?
Well, let's just say I'm not on the best terms with Scott Frericks.
AKA Kaiser Neko, and I've never been on good terms with him, apparently. Like, I'm one of the...
Even though you guest starred in Hellsing Ultimate Abridged as one of the as one of those
one of the Iscariots, yeah. See, the thing is, that was one before all of this stuff, where he started pronouncing Goku incredibly objectively wrong, and two, that was like 100 people.
Yeah. And he ends up posting a tweet of Trunks' outfit in BoJack Unbound.
Yeah.
So I said to him, shame you never bothered to abridge that movie. And literally all of Scott's followers decided to simp him and get on my ass, calling me a dick.
Yeah, characteristically so, I'd say.
They're all simps. Even Mac McMuscles from formerly of Two Best Friends got on my ass for it, calling what I did a dick move, even though he himself did a dick move with his whole, oh, if you stand with Vic, get the hell off my feet. I'm like,
yeah,
dude, you should not talk when you yourself are kind of an asshole. And it's like, and Scott does not know how to have how to hold up any sort of argument whatsoever.
He never has.
He is like Gilgamesh in Fate Zero.
Yeah, he's Kaiser Neko is and has always been incapable of supporting his own opinions with a decent argument. And like his whole thing about the Falconer score is like, oh, it's repetitive synth. It's not repetitive synth. It's rock and roll. It's oh yeah, it's got orchestral stings in it, orchestral music in general.
It's got piano and whatnot.
Classical. It's got synth in it, specifically in regards to, oh yeah, the Android saga. And
I mean, hell, one of his best tunes was Perfect Cell's theme.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
That's like some classic G-funk stuff there. I've heard quite a few gangster rap remixes of that over the years.
Oh my god!
And the thing is,
and any of the Boo themes are godlike.
Yeah, and here's
Death
one of the
Battle used Falconer's score.
Yeah.
Or in their fight with Goku.
My major point of contention with Kaiser Neko is over his incessant use of the Kikuchi score. And the Kikuchi score...
Kikuchi, the Japanese he's composer of Dragon Ball Z, and whatnot.
Well, mostly just Dragon Ball and Z. Kenji Yamamoto did music for the...
Not the Metroid Kenji
like
Yamamoto.
For the games and things like that.
Yeah, not the Metroid Kenji Yamamoto.
Make sure that's clarified.
Because there is a Metroid composer that goes by that name.
Yeah, there are actually like two guys named Kenji Yamamoto.
Oh, hi Riddler. We're gonna steamroll through your side quest thanks to New Game Plus.
Oh, hi Riddler. How's your sex life? Oh, I forgot you don't have one.
I did that on purpose. I'm trying to get a better view to see what the hell I need to do.
So, you don't even have to get every single riddle in this game to beat Riddler's side quest. You just need to get a large portion of them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I should mention something. People keep telling me to move on from this discussion. And it's been 2 days. You're the one who hasn't moved on, guys. I haven't thought about this conversation in several days. And the thing is that one of the other things that came up was that I actually brought up a good point about Kenji Yamamoto, in that he's not actually any different from any other composer. Like, literally everyone, from like John Williams to Hans Zimmer to Shunsuke Kikuchi to Bruce Faulconer to Andrew Lloyd Webber, you know, people have... How did I do that the first time? Everybody steals, quote-unquote, melodies and compositions and things like that throughout the years. Brian Tyler has made a career out of ripping off Steve Jablonsky, mostly because people keep asking him to rip off Steve Jablonsky. But the point is that it is patently untrue to call Kenji Yamamoto a plagiarizing hack when that is literally the entire music industry.
Yeah, that's pretty much rap music.
And yet Scott makes a big deal out of it, saying like, "Oh, he was fired," and I'm like,
yeah. So have been a bunch of people. So have not a whole bunch of people. Like, have you ever heard of who was the guy who did the music for Gundam 0083?
I don't know who that is.
Yep, quick Google search.
Alright.
Okay. 0083. Okay, music.
You know, the funny thing is that...
No, the point is, it doesn't matter.
That guy that told his mooks that Batman was here, he was supposed to be glowing in green as a sign to tell you, oh, he's Riddler's informant, don't take him out. Oh, because you need intel. And I already have every bit of intel on Riddler's stuff, so you're gonna imagine that you're gonna see that you're gonna see either.
Oh, come on.
And I don't even need to do that mechanic.
Yeah, because New Game Plus, you pretty much got it all done already.
So, this is what you've been up to all these years?
Hold on a sec.
Jumping around ruins? Yeah.
It's pretty much the equivalent of the strength for Arcana in New Game Plus Persona game.
Punched, kicked.
Well, Persona 5 more.
So yeah,
More specifically.
as long as you make sure those personas are registered with their skills.
Yeah, those personas can already be registered after you fuse them the first time. It's just, if you want on those with specific skills, all the new stuff, you are going to need to register them. That's the only time, or rather, that's the only time you can register them.
That way when you do New Game Plus run, you just have to make sure they're on there. There you go.
Well, considering I already have all the ones I need on there, let's just say Strength's going to be one of the first ones that goes in New Game Plus.
That's gonna be the first one you freaking max out in New Game Plus run.
We're going to need to explain to Gallandon about that.
Yeah, because I haven't actually played any Persona or
okay, so
Mega 10 games.
one of the gimmicks of from Persona 3 to 5, I'm not sure if this is present in Persona 1 and 2.
I don't think they've had any like social link stuff like that.
Yeah. So basically, I'm trying to think. What the frick was it? So, essentially, you're,
You ready for this?
why can't I word this out? I'm trying to word it.
Boom shakalaka.
This one's easy.
Not insecurity. Yeah,
You know, pulsing a button like that when you're supposed to hold it, that's very confusing.
So this time, the gimmick behind this part of the game is, Riddler has taken the group at the church that we just rescued hostage, and we're going to need to go save them.
Okay.
Let's find that grave.
So this is basically him still being salty about what happened in Arkham Asylum.
The dates aren't right.
In case since you weren't there for that part.
A hell of a lot.
TLDR, Batman basically sends the coordinates of Riddler's location to the police. They find him, and then he gets arrested.
Ah, yes.
Of course, it's off-screen because Riddler's not even in the game. In the first game. Oh, shut up, Tiger.
I don't know that he actually appeared in Origins. He was just kind of... I think he was an off-screen
he was just
presence.
he was also off. Yeah, he was also off-screen, though he did have a silhouette in Origins. He was known as the Enigma.
Yeah, like I said, he appeared via satellite.
Cross cutlasses.
Who's causing you trouble, PC?
To 1699. We find a tombstone with all three, and we're in business. Well,
I can't imagine, and it's anyone we like.
I would not reckon
this is
so.
not the grave we're looking for.
Right.
This one doesn't have a skull and crossbones.
The only reason I kind of added everybody in the stand. So basically, what we're supposed to do here is
Pretty much temporarily deactivate the electrified floor.
Yep.
In order to save the hostage.
Looks like Rafe's been digging around already. Ah, great. Good thing he has no idea what he's actually looking for. No, but he could get lucky. Let's hope not.
You know, alternatively, I can also cheese this with a line launcher.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna play it fair.
Hey, look at this one. Tempest Edax Rerum.
Time devours all things.
Jeez, cherry bunch of folks we got here.
There we go. I think that one might be.
Ooh, the swords match. Let's see.
8675309.
Bad dates.
5925. Fuck, damn it. Damn it, I don't want Powerball.
Date is correct, but the
Right.
swords are upside down.
So, essentially, what we're doing is going through radio frequency. And trying to locate the hostage.
Oh yeah, I remember that mechanic from Arkham Origins.
Wrong date and the swords don't match
Yeah.
the scroll.
The more there is, the less you see.
Yeah, well, the swords are a match.
The dankness.
Darkness.
Sam, come here.
Well, you'll be able to see once you turn on the light.
You know, I'm referenced. You know, the funny thing is, I even have.
Something odd about this skull,
In-
though. It's like it doesn't belong
In
to
some
the
way,
stone. What's odd about
I've
it
managed to basically come up with a, or to try to do a version of the darkness speech from the first Kingdom Hearts game, but using the word dank as opposed to dark.
Boy, that couldn't have more obviously been a puzzle.
Let's see what we got.
No, it literally just could not have more obviously been a puzzle. Unless it had like a big flashing neon sign saying, "I'm a puzzle!"
It's a crypt.
You know what's the worst part about me trying to do Uncharted 3?
The secret door was added afterwards.
What?
I ended up sucking so hard at the puzzles that I had to rely on the journal just solving everything.
Oh.
So, yeah, you can imagine how bad I was at that game.
I'm usually pretty good with puzzles, but, you know, I'm
This
weird
one,
like that.
this one's piss easy. Watch, this is how you do it. Just turn on detective vision and pick one.
No,
See, it's not even a game of memory.
No, there's like the item minigame in freaking Pirate Land.
Yeah, except
whichever item you want to get, just focus on that.
Except here's the thing: Riddler cheats.
It's the Riddler, of course it's gonna.
Does
cheat.
detective mode ever run out? I never figured out if that happens.
No, it's not like a battery life type thing for detective mode.
Okay then.
Remember, this is Bruce Wayne we're talking about.
Yeah.
He could make this thing run on solar power if he wanted.
Hey, he's got the money to do it.
He's got the money, the resources, everything.
Money, money, money.
Gang's all here.
You know,
Jesus. Dismiss
Trying
on
to
the
think.
left. Penitent thief. Justice on the right. Jerk thief. Avery sure had a thing for St. Dismas, huh?
Well, Avery fancied
course.
himself a good thief, right? Only
Yes.
plundered and murdered the non-British students.
Guess that's what passed for good back then.
Good enough.
Some kind of lamp. Hey, Smokey. Need your lighter over here.
That's a pretty easy riddle.
You know, that hurts my feelings. Not as much as it hurts your lungs. Thank you, Father Duffy.
Riddler says this, but it only ends up being pretty simpler.
The light's coming from the other side of the wall.
You know, the funny thing is like,
Damn it.
you know, I said that, that Scott ends up being exactly like Fate Zero Gilgamesh. And basically, Fate Zero Gilgamesh is kind of a wimp compared to actual canon Gilgamesh. Because actual canon Gilgamesh will continue a fight so long as he has swords to throw at you. Because Gilgamesh's gimmick is literally summoning weapons out of the gate of Babylon.
Ah, I can aim the lights.
As in, he doesn't have to move a muscle to beat you. And yet, at Fate Zero, the minute Gilgamesh ends up losing one of his ends up seeing that Berserker could easily counter one of his weapons. Ends with his speed and reflexes. He's like, well, fuck. And then he just leaves.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh wow, this Gilgamesh is a wuss. When Kiritsugu shows up to get Saber to go after Castor in the woods, and it's apparently Gilgamesh ends up being intimidated by Kiritsugu pointing a gun at him.
That's,
And reminder, who this character is supposed to be.
Gilgamesh, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting choice for
That-
a bunch of pirates.
That looks like an incomplete drawing of a giant triangular dick.
Okay.
And the sad thing is like, in terms of getting closer to the actual personality of the character,
Wrong treasure.
Logan Laidlaw actually did it better.
Well, nice view. No treasure.
Because he voiced Gilgamesh in Unlimited Blade Works Abridged.
Yeah.
See
See,
those crosses?
a lot of
Yeah.
abridged series fall into this trap of trying to insert jokes whenever they can, trying to make every character some kind of
Parody
joke
of
gold
themselves.
mine or parody of themselves. Yeah,
There's
and
one problem though. Going back that way means we have to go back toward the cathedral. And back towards
it's just not right for comedy writing, because when everything's funny, quote unquote, nothing is, for one thing. And for another
statement.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's a true statement right there.
Oh, good. and for another thing, it means that you can't put a whole lot of effort into making sure that the one good joke hits. You gotta have your punchlines. You gotta have your peaks and your troughs. It's like those video games where you wind up having non-stop mind-numbing action, or movies where all you do is just sit there and watch the heroes just shoot forever, or see endless destruction from the beginning of the movie to the end. It's not about where it's not about how high your highest is. It's about how well your peaks and valleys are paced. You've got to have some build-up. And if you don't have any build-up to your jokes, well... But if you don't have any build-up to your jokes, you just wind up... Well, you'll wind up as Thor Ragnarok, honestly.
As you can tell, Fran, he doesn't really have a high opinion of,
Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah. Because... it's not that he doesn't have good points. He certainly has great points. It's just... in terms of, like... even though, I may enjoy the movies, I will agree with the fact that, yes, it can go on too long, and it's not really for everybody. Because we've had this discussion over the DCEU, so at this point, it's like, there are times... it's just like, we can have these discussions, but we could still be like, let's just agree to disagree.
Yeah.
That on these movies, because I will definitely agree with you that Captain Marvel is a piece of crap that could have been so much more had the lead actress had any actual charisma, and if the movie wasn't a feminist piece of garbage.
Yeah. Well, once upon a time, it was actually going to star Chloe Grace Moretz, and imagine how good that would have been.
Oh, I could imagine.
Come on. Why can't... take cover, Drake.
People were
Stop
getting
rolling
on
in front of the grave, Drake!
People were getting on both Wonder Woman and Black Widow's asses just because they were promoting the patriarchy. And I'm like...
Wonder Woman could have promoted the patriarchy a little bit more for my taste.
No. What they consider the patriarchy,
I understand that.
Because it's like...
My point is that Steve Trevor should have been right all along. Move.
No.
What the fuck? What? Nate, Sam, what the... Guys! Shouldn't have to get out of cover so that I can move around. Sorry about that. There was an invisible wall in my way.
That thing will instant kill you if you,
No, it's the Riddler's vision of the Pit 3 fatality. The stage fatality, I should say.
Move. God damn it, Drake.
You know, the weird thing is, like...
Why are you running around in the open, Sam?
The reblate? What the hell? The reblate.
Oh yeah, that's incredibly helpful. Put the marker in a place where there is a lot of bloom and glare, and it's just blown the fuck out.
So like an average J.J. Abrams film.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Long enough for me to do this.
Longer than you in bed.
Oh god, that is mean.
Now I'm talking about Riddler, man. What do you think of?
I assumed you were talking about me.
Yeah. Well, that case, that's your problem. You need to fix.
I could last longer than him.
Yeah, an extra 2 seconds. It is longer than him. So, it counts.
Love of God, Drake.
You're putting up with that annoyance, I gotta put up with Nigma. You at least got somebody who can actually tell a decent joke. Meanwhile, I got a guy who's fixated on trying to prove that he's intellectually superior.
Because he's mentally insane.
Yep.
Right now, all I have to deal with is Drake's inability to not aim at a wall.
Whoops, I missed it by that much.
Fucking Sparta kicked that guy off.
Yep. Gotcha. Alright, Mustachio Man, tell me the code. I'm Batman.
God dang, this dude got something.
You know, Nate, I'd appreciate it if you'd stop stealing my jokes.
He's gonna do that.
So, Fran, you know what I described Scott Frericks playing Gilgamesh in Fate Zero as? One tool playing another.
Oh, thanks,
It pretty
Sam.
much is.
Thanks, Sam. You're supposed to be watching my back, Sam. What the fuck was up with that, Sam?
That's why you're never gonna see me play Left 4 Dead on my own.
You do know I have Steam.
I know.
I have it on Steam too, but I got it when it was free at, I think it was Christmas one time.
I think it's still pretty cheap on Steam.
Who helped me? You did. And
Somebody
Nitwit,
actually-
your riddles are easy.
Somebody actually gave me the first Left 4 Dead for my website back when I was still doing full-time reviews and things like that.
Oh, if we ever play Left 4 Dead, you'll understand how paranoia for the witch.
Oh, Fran doesn't know of the Banshee from Mass Effect 3.
Is it
I
worse than the Banshee
haven't,
Fable?
I haven't played Mass Effect 3, but I've heard it was a unconvincing... Oh, come on, you were almost there! Why did you give up halfway through? Fuck you! Fuck you! We were almost down, we were almost free. Why do we have to do this the hard way?
Oh my god! I'm sorry! That was too funny!
For this Arkham City featuring Uncharted.
Featuring Uncharted 4. Nathan.
Yeah.
How did I die?
Wrestles with the game's controls.
How did I die? Tell me how I died. Did he cut my fingers and I died?
Can we title any highlight from your end as you going WWE on the game's controls?
I am this close to DDTing the fucking controller.
No, you'd be going Braun Strowman on the controls.
Okay, so
You could.
I end up doing a lap that sounds eerily similar to Jason Marnocha's take on Alfred in Young Justice Abridged. and he sounds like Sean Connery in that. Like, oh my god. It's almost spot
Sam,
on
how the hell
Sean
did you
Connery.
wind up there?
You do realize you're likely going to beat the funny out of him first, right?
Fucking throw the...
Oh, great, she's being...
That was supposed to be a jump onto the stairs, but, you know. Oh, nice neck you got there, Drake. The ragdolls in this fucking game, man. They're fucking hilarious.
Are they as funny as the ragdolls in this game?
I wouldn't go that far. I've seen some of the ragdolls in the Arkham games. They're a bit derp.
I'm not more ragdoll, ridiculous to ragdoll than Saints were folks.
I don't even know what that song is, but it's appropriate for this.
Got something over there.
How did you spot me? This is like that time in Watch Dogs where a guy spotted me through the parking garage.
Why would you play Watch Dogs?
Because it came free with my Wii U.
Oh wow. Wait, you got it for Wii U? What the hell?
I bought a Wii U on eBay and it came with a copy of Watch Dogs.
Wow.
Ah, God. Riddler, your puns are terrible.
You know, one time I went out for stand-up comedy, and I opened my set with a set of 5 puns, and I closed it with a set of 5 puns, and I was hoping that at least one of them would land, but no pun intended.
This one's actually kind of a doozy.
Fucking.
If it's that much of a doozy, I'm pretty sure 5-year-old in their dreams.
Let's see. Oh, never mind. There's the solution. Friggin' ladders, man.
I'm just going to assume that that pun was too tortured, and you guys are giving me the benefit of the doubt and just ignoring it.
What?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Did you almost say what pun?
No.
He thought about it.
No, at first I was thinking what pun, but then I was like, no. The pun was obvious. The pun was painfully obvious.
Yeah, it's as if it was intended.
Yeah, that was one that I actually rewrote yesterday. That's an old thing from the internet, and I rewrote it yesterday for my own little flavor. Fucking hell, man. This guy right here, this motherfucker, didn't notice that I just accidentally dropped a corpse down right in front of him.
Hurtling. Bamboo. Yeah, there you go. Bamboo. Yeah.
And this asshole right here, he didn't notice that I dropped a corpse almost literally on top of him.
Some friend he is.
How the heck is that?
Maybe that was Jerry from accounting. Jeez.
Yeah, let's play The Floor is Electrified. Popular game in supermarket.
Oh, of course autosave put me right here. You know, have you seen the Hell's dub?
I've only seen the clips that I had mentioned to you in our previous conversation.
Okay. Have you at least heard Helvis?
No?
Okay. When you hear him, you're gonna think, that voice sounds oddly familiar, and it's not gonna be who you think it is. It sounds like Lanny Pator. Actually, let me correct that. It sounds like somebody doing an impression of me doing Lanny Pator.
I'm Lanny Pator.
Yeah, as in literally, it sounds like a Lanny Pator voice, but it's done by, I think it's done by Jason Marnocha. And, it sounds like somebody...
Suddenly Oracle's in the game, and she hasn't been and she hasn't shown up yet.
Was she not in the first one?
No, she was in the first one. She was literally in the first one. I meant as in she hasn't shown up in the story yet.
Oh, okay. But that is just one of the weirdest voices I've heard, because it was like, that sounds like Lanny Pator, and it was like, wait, no, that doesn't sound like Lanny Pator, that sounds like me. Because, like, I do a Lanny Pator voice for a few things. And then I thought, wait a second.
I can do is Krillin! I have an idea!
Well, I happen to do Vegeta, the Prince of all Saiyans. And I can also do, a certain Green Man.
Yes, we've been over this.
Yeah, I think we've actually established that already.
We could both do Vegeta and the Green Man.
Yeah, but that was just really fucking funny when I heard that for the first time, because it was like, that sounds like somebody doing an impression of me doing a Lanny Pator impression, and then I found out that it was an actual person who people know about.
Keep searching. They're here somewhere.
Oh, now you find the bodies. And it was when I first heard Helvis, I thought, oh, that's Lanny Pator. Obviously, that's Lanny Pator. Climb! You... That wasn't my fault. I was hitting the X button to climb. He didn't do jack shit.
So he just stood there like a jackass.
Yeah.
Just standing around like fucking idiots.
Yep.
I actually have a friend who can do, Lanny Pator's Krillin really well.
Oh,
You're a Meshi. You know who else is gonna get those Power Rangers? My mom!
Oh, God.
I could do Kuwabara, Yajirobe, and, Goldar and Muscle Man at the same time.
Of course, everybody's gonna go to her. I'm the most looking Wizard of Oz.
Goldar was in the new Power Rangers movie. Was in the 2017 Power Rangers movie.
Technically, yes. That and the Megazord design was my main complaint about the film.
Yeah, could have been worse.
Oh, I know it could have been worse. As it is, I wish we'd have gotten more. We didn't, but we
well, that's
probably
mostly
won't.
due to the fact that the film ended up being a bit of a box office bomb.
Yeah, thanks, Lionsgate. Didn't market it for shit.
And guess what ended up beating the pants off of it in the box office?
The Beauty and the Beast remake.
That nobody asked for.
And nobody wanted, and was awful.
Yes.
With Emma Watson's auto-tuned fucking voice.
It's auto-tuned singing, quote-unquote.
You know, the weird
Sam,
thing is...
you are aiming into a stonemasonry wall!
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I really
Part of
can't
me,
wait for Resident Evil 5.
part of me wants to imagine it like
oh my fucking god, Drake!
a Marvel
Don't
versus
fucking
Capcom.
Don't get out of there! I didn't press
versus
that!
screen
Stop that!
with you going up against the PlayStation 4 controller.
Oh god.
Or even better, the Johnny versus thing.
Oh, that versus thing?
Yeah.
No, Street Fighter
Funny thing
4
is, the PS4 controller is actually really good. It's just Uncharted 4 and 3 that suck.
Okay, so if I get discovered by any of these guys...
Okay, that's fucking stupid, game. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. If I shoot, I'm holding my gun out, and then if I shoot, my bullets go down.
So what is this, European Extreme Rules? You get seen, boom, game over.
Yeah. Or either if they stop moving, then game over.
Yeah. And thank God you're the one doing this part, not me. I suck at stealth.
Fran, have you seen me do stealth? And my dog's...
You haven't seen me play Metal Gear Solid 4. Stealth is not my forte.
Oh, by the way, I took out Riddler. He's done.
Nice.
Give me a sec.
Yeah, I'm kind of up high, guys. You might not want to waste your fucking grenades. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, just got the trigger.
Fucking! I can get hit, but I can't shoot them, even though I have fucking stone in my face. Fantastic.
Yeah, great.
Okay, so... Oh, Riddler's all done.
Yeah, and he's got me in constant motion, otherwise you threaten him.
Actually, the remote... Oh, it doesn't even work.
Yeah, but don't let Riddler know that.
Okay.
No! Hold on.
Hey, Riddler. Hey.
That is so stupid.
Hey. Hey, keep moving. I'll press the button. Press it. Press it.
What the hell?
Don't.
That guy has not one, not two, but 3 stone buildings. Well, it's 2, but it's like...
So...
He's got...
No.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to climb my... Come on.
So, what do you make of Riddler's voice in this game, in which is Wally Wingert?
I can't actually hear him.
Okay.
I'd say he really does fit the whole narcissist as part of Riddler, her shtick. Because, I mean, like, most of the other Riddler voices haven't really gotten to that part, with the exception of, like, Robert Englund in the Batman.
Yeah.
Did you even know that, Fran?
Wasn't...
About Freddy Krueger voicing Riddler?
Yeah. Now I'm trying to find my way out. Because apparently...
2 hours later.
2 hours later, and we're still trying to get out of this friggin' place.
No, there's be like you getting stuck in Getting lost in the mall in Saints Row 2.
I was kind of hoping to find the treasure back there, but
Well, it's a good thing I'm not touching those games.
it's been my experience.
Yeah, since those games are my expertise.
Constellation.
Yep. Oh, there's the door.
Okay, so do we go down?
God
I presume we
dang
go down this
it.
way.
I feel like an idiot.
Yeah, done goof.
You done goofed.
How the blood-soaked Protestant hell did you
Fuck
do
you,
that?
that's how.
You know, every time I hear your Alucard voice, I am not thinking Curtis. I am thinking of another voice.
Right under that high
Like,
cross.
sounding like an actual,
Whatever he wants.
like a movie vampire, not, Curtis's voice.
What are you thinking?
Hey, Sully. We're on the trail, but it's closer to the cathedral than we originally
Right
thought.
now, that's something I'm trying to figure out.
Just keep those engines warm.
Well, I know it's not Adam Sandler's, Dracula.
Adams.
I
Oh,
did not
right.
say blah, blah, blah.
I had to think for a second because I couldn't remember a movie in which he played Dracula, and then I remembered Hotel Transylvania.
It's weird that that was directed by the same guy who did Samurai Jack.
It really is weird, isn't it?
Tartakovsky really does know how to make good animated stuff.
See, is there anything back here? Did I already get whatever was back here? Apparently.
You know, people all kind of got on season. Oh, hold on a sec.
We don't need that kind of press. We don't need rival companies stepping into our jobs. You know what? Forget it. Why'd you bring it up then? I said forget it. Whatever.
Well, I hope that guy wasn't anybody's friend, because he's dead now.
You know,
He's an hour away from
and
the
now I get to go, and now I gotta answer the phone for Zaz. Even though I already know exactly where he is.
You know, for being allegedly a next-gen game, the animations don't seem like they're too much better than they were back on the PS3.
It's almost like they were recycled. It's almost like it feels like they were kind of recycled for this game, and with some new motion capture.
Yeah.
Like Devil May Cry 5, except Devil May Cry 5 actually looks good. Because, you know, they actually added a lot of new animation.
I guess there's no getting away from these guys.
And it's awesome.
And there'll only
Yes.
be more as we get closer to the cathedral.
And it's friggin' awesome. And once I go to check to make sure, or if it's, you know, streamable, I will be streaming that one day, so look forward to that. But first, I gotta do Devil May Cry's 1 through 4.
You mean the ladder I already found and couldn't do anything with, Sam? Why did Sam have to find the ladder for me to be able to do anything with it?
Because he wanted to make sure you could do it.
Plot reasons, that's why.
Too high to reach you.
'Cause remember, he's your big brother. He wanted to make sure his little brother could do it.
Hanging.
Why do you think he's been supervising you almost every step of the way?
You know, I did get through the first 3 games without any trouble or help, so...
You do know that I'm literally BSing you right now,
I
right?
know, I'm just like... There's a certain line there, and it's like... They're trying to make the NPCs useful, and... yeah, it's not really working.
To lift a whole bunch of treasure? To lift something. I can't believe I missed
You know, the couple of times that I've actually gotten to actually talk with on Twitter or with some voice actors, I've actually gotten to were both Mega Man stuff. With Clifford Chapin, I was able to get some opinions on Mega Man, and and through conversing with him about X5 and whatnot, he hates X7 with a burning passion.
That was a lot of people.
And then when Bryson Baugus, who voices Hinata from Haikyuu, who's dub, was streaming the Battle Network games, I said, "Hey, what got you into this particular or part of the Mega Man series? Did you watch the anime or did you play the games?" He said he watched the anime, like most people.
Okay, I'm gonna make the prediction that me dropping off of this ledge and trying to catch onto that thing isn't going to work the first time.
Oh,
I was wrong. For once.
Oh, and this is where I'm supposed to have my first encounter with the bladed mook if it wasn't for this being New Game Plus.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Hey! Be
Yeah, 'cause
careful!
this is where you're supposed to dodge it repeatedly.
That was amazing! Save your strength, huh? Not done yet.
And because of plot reasons, we can't get into the museum because there's a signal jammer outside.
Well, 3 signal jammers.
Hope this holds.
You know what
I'm sure
Drake should have had by now? A grappling hook launcher. Because that would have actually made a bit of sense.
You know, Persona 5 Royal has a grapple hook thing in that game.
Oh, damn.
And you get that in the first dungeon of the game.
Huh.
I swear, even in the Royal, that game is so friggin' addicting.
Of course.
Tell me about it. All right, here we go.
Climb, 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 climb. Who the hell was this ladder made for? Giants?
Suddenly, the Titans from Attack on Titan show up.
And someone the only hope is an ashy, bald white guy.
Who is that a reference to?
Who do you think I'm talking about, boy?
Oh, Kratos.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Fran's a huge fan of God of War.
I've never actually played it.
Well, let's just say... Well, God of War on PS4 is, well, a sequel. Well, but at the same time, a somewhat reboot.
Yeah, it should have just been called God of War 4, shouldn't it?
It could have, would have,
but not really.
It could have, would have, and definitely should have, but this is what they thought would like refresh it, and especially considering the fact that the gameplay plays nothing like the other God of War games.
Yeah, it's got that over-the-shoulder thing that Resident Evil 4 started, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, consider the fact that God of War is also a part of the Devil May Cry era of games, where fixed camera angle, boop,
The occasional staircase that's just there to help load up the next area,
which no longer exists in like the PS4 versions because load times are just gone.
Yeah, pretty much non-existent.
And then there's the glitchy PS4 version of God of War 3, as Elliot from SGB experienced.
What the hell? What the hell is up with third installments getting shit ports to the PS4?
I haven't had that much luck.
G8
I haven't had that much of bad luck on when I played that game on PS4.
Hello. Poof.
Because
flawless victory.
I've heard that I've experienced Uncharted 3's glitches on PS4. I've heard, I haven't confirmed, but I've heard that BioShock Infinite has issues on PS4.
Oh, there are issues with the second Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm game on PS4, and those are soundtrack issues.
Oh, fun.
Oh my god. So, let me tell you something. 2 songs were removed from the game's soundtrack for no reason whatsoever, and they were both third phases of boss fights in the game.
So what do they replace them with?
Just the second phase of the boss fight.
So they just repeated the music then?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And it's composed by the same guy.
Why?
I don't friggin' know. And someone tried to tell me, oh, copyright. I'm like, how is it copyright if all the music is composed by one dude?
Was there like a lawsuit or something? Or like maybe there was
no
unauthorized. That's the only thing I can think of is like if there was a lawsuit for unauthorized sampling.
And these were songs that were in the PS3 and Xbox 360 versions. And and there was nothing wrong with the port for Ultimate Ninja Storm 3. Besides the fact that Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 is going off of Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations, which, by the way, the introduction of chakra canceling basically makes it almost impossible to lose an actual fight.
Yep.
The myriad of issues I have with post Ninja Storm 2, with post Ninja Storm 1 games. And that game's PS4, PS3, Xbox One port, or didn't have any problems. Especially with the soundtrack. I have issues with a lot of things, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Issues with
climb the there's a ledge right there, Drake. Climb the goddamn ledge. There we go. Fucking I'm glitched.
You know what I could do?
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Bullshit.
No.
And I died because...
As part of a cruel twist of fate, I am now back.
As part of a cruel twist of fate, Penguin now looks down upon me because I suck at video games.
Oh my god. That could have been a slowest moving bullet, and you'd still find a way to get hit by it.
You're not wrong on that one.
Sounds good.
Okay, cut back inland. What the fuck does that mean, guys?
So, and next week's stream is going to be like RE4 professional mode, so look forward to me dying in that.
Oh, look forward to you dying 200 times.
I barely died in the last stream.
Yeah, the way you're goofing up in Arkham City, you're probably going to find a way to goof up.
How have I died more in this game than I have in RE4 on professional mode? And it's not even a New Game Plus run. It's literally a new game. Fresh save file.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. That makes no damn sense.
Hello.
Nope.
You do realize that's the wrong way around, right? Like, cold-blooded creatures can't deal with the...
Apparently, you say cold-blooded creatures, and me and Alden in last night ended up watching How to Train Your Dragon 3 on Hulu.
Neat.
It was really good.
Yeah, I remember it being really good.
DreamWorks usually does know how to make a good sequel. Come here. Boop. So... Oh, yeah. Okay, so going a bit back to Persona 5's dub. That was part of what really got me into the actor Xander Movis. You know, the guy who does the Smash Brothers narration.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
He's great. Oh, and he also voices Rufus Shinra in FF7 Mission Abridged.
I thought you were about to say FF7 Remake.
No, if he did that, then that would be something. But one actor from Persona 5 is in FF7's remake.
Who is
the guy who voices Ryuji?
Huh.
Max Middleman, or AKA the One Punch Man.
I have my back to a cliff.
Someone still down.
You can't fucking shoot me.
Then he ends up getting shot.
Oh my. Ooh, a new side mission. Oh god, I know what this one
but the
is.
Can grenade, man.
The only side mission I actually need a guide for, no matter how many times I do this. Fran, you know which one it is.
Hush?
Yep. You familiar with Hush, right? Right, Gallendon?
I've heard of it. I've never read it.
No, the character from Batman.
Yeah, I've heard of the character. I've never read the arcs he was in.
Basically, he is the identity thief.
So
he steals people's faces.
Oh, he's Darkman then?
Yeah, let's go with
that. Kind of.
Let's go with that. Basically,
because I always see him with a whole bunch of bandage
Thomas
on.
Elliot has a grudge against Bruce Wayne. So I'm gonna have to look up where each of the victims are throughout the game. So do bear with me when I have to go in between bits to
figure out where to freak these victims.
Yeah, because there's not much indication as to where or exactly these people are. It's just like you got to go over pretty much all the alleyways just to find them. Oh, great. Let's derail this side quest for more Zaz's phone calls. Batman, please answer your phone, Batman. I've been calling for weeks now, Batman. You haven't answered my phone calls. Is it because of the coronavirus, Batman?
Wait, he's not gonna answer the phone because of a virus? That makes sense.
Did you know places are going to be reopening?
Yeah, I know.
So now it's just like the only catch is now you have to wear a mask whenever you go into like public places, and I'm like,
pretty much the moment you go outside, you might as well wear a mask.
it's a burden, but it's something I'm willing to bear until this thing goes away. Because at least now I can actually go to places.
I know.
Because as someone like me who often does actually like to go out and do things, this is actually something I'm willing to do, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. If it's one minor inconvenience, then I'll bear with it. I'm not gonna throw a hissy fit about it. At like most people saying like, why are you reopening things? Why are you reopening things? Do you want the unemployment rate to skyrocket?
Yeah.
More so than it already has. And the people who are trying to force others to stay home and whatnot, are the same kind of people who would rather have you starve to death.
Yeah. Oh, that went better than I expected it to.
Alright, let's listen to more of Zaz's sob story.
Therapy session for Victor Zaz.
Okay, that's actually kind of funny.
Tell me how it makes you feel.
Oh, that sucks. It went away.
Oh, you should go to tell me where you touched.
Did you know there was once a time when John DiMaggio voiced the Joker?
I did know that, yes. I
actually own the movie that he's in.
It was under the Red Hood, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't particularly impressed by his performance in that movie.
I actually enjoyed it.
His Joker sounds weird, and honestly, Batman also sounds weird in that movie.
Batman was voiced by Bruce Greenwood.
Yeah, I don't like Bruce Greenwood's Batman.
Somehow they managed to still have him in Young Justice.
Huh.
Especially in Season 3, when most of the actors that were in Seasons 1 and 2 couldn't come back.
Yep.
I mean, they had to replace Tim Curry with James Arnold Taylor, who's, I'm like, no offense, you're a good actor and all, but I'm not a fan of your faux Tim Curry impression.
What voice was he doing?
G. Gordon Godfrey.
What if it's the only thing holding the tunnel up?
Then I'll
Who?
apologize.
G. Gordon Godfrey. He's a news guy that's very much against the superheroes. He was in Justice League for a two-parter.
So he's a J. Jonah Jameson knockoff.
Kinda, sorta.
Why not just get J.K. Simmons?
No problem.
That would be too easy.
Because J.K. Simmons was already in DC as a general who he also bears an eerie resemblance to.
Okay, isn't there like somebody from I don't know, maybe the Spectacular Spider-Man who could have done the role?
Who did you have in mind?
It was just somebody. God damn it, Drake! He didn't jump when I told him to. I was just thinking,
Darren Norris was the voice of J. Jonah in that series.
And just get him then. Just get the actual, like, voice of Jameson to play a knockoff character.
J.K.'s, I feel like, the funny thing is, like, for some reason, it's weird that I found it hilarious how both MCU Spider-Man movies ended with an almost attempt at an F-bomb. They're like, cut to credits before they drop the F-bomb.
What the?
No. Oh, they're both... No, Aunt May... Spider-Man Homecoming ended with Aunt May going, what the f... and then it just cut to credits, and I'm like, oh my, that must have been an interesting talk.
Drake.
And then at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home, when
There we go.
when friggin' when
Be extra careful.
When Mysterio ended up leaking out Peter's secret identity, Peter's like, "What the f?" I'm like, "Oh my god. Oh my god. He is Aunt May. He might as well be Aunt May's kid."
Oh, jeez.
You know, the weird thing is my mom actually is more of a fan of Marissa Tomei playing Aunt May than she is of the actress for the Sam Raimi films and the Mark Webb films.
Wow, both of you should be dead right there, or you collided with that fucking railing. Hang on. Is that a...
Though I will agree, the hot aunt joke does kind of wear thin, but I'm thankful that it doesn't last too long.
Yeah.
The fact that it was there at all is kind of a problem, but...
Then again, it's Tony Stark.
Yeah.
That's something he would.
Okay, guys,
That's
why
something
is an
he would
old pair
say.
of scissors? Why is an old pair of scissors a treasure?
Because it was George Washington's pair of scissors.
You know what? If any game would have that, it would be the Uncharted series.
We're
Yep.
about to head into the cave.
I'm a mother effing T-Rex.
Might lose contact for a bit.
Rex.
Don't get too worried.
That meme's stupid anyway.
Keep the porch light on for you.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Yeah, that
Call you soon.
Doug Walker ended up forcing a meme on the Jurassic Park franchise, and it wasn't a particularly good one.
Boy, it's a good thing I don't watch that many of his reviews, then.
They're not even that good anyway.
Yeah, but I think we're the first ones in here.
I don't think he's been that... He hasn't been that great for about 5-6 years, maybe.
I mean, ever since they supposedly killed off his character and then brought it back because apparently in To Boldly Flee, that was going to be the end of that guy with the glasses.com.
Give it up.
And Doug did not even tell most of the people about that.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm like, kind of a dick move.
Give it a pull.
You know,
Alright, here we go.
And what was his show that he tried to do after he canceled the Nostalgia Critic?
I forget what it was called.
I think it was called Demo Reel, wasn't it?
Yeah, Demo Reel.
Okay, yeah.
And a lot of the skits from 2013, Doug, have been pretty much a demo reel stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Now,
everyone's a better
and
pirate than a
that
poet.
brings me back to something I said about
Unabridged.
yeah, unabridged. Yeah, I said I said and I maintain this. It's gonna go the same way that Demo Reel did. It's gonna go down the same way Cartoon Network Live did. It's gonna go down the same way all this bullshit where people try to go outside their
This really is too
Comfort
smart.
zone.
yeah,
And that means
outside their
he's
comfort zone to
involved in
do
all
stuff
this.
like this. You know, canceling one project that people like in favor of something that nobody ever asked for.
That
is-
apparently people are simping him for just
Why
to earn
are-
brownie points.
Why are people simping for fucking Unabridged? It's, you know, this might be a bit ungenerous of me, but it's The Office
We're jaded treasure hunters.
with
Good thing.
the guys from Team 4-Star.
And unfortunately, no one is funny.
Yeah,
Poor Steven Krozik had to be dragged through the mud on that one. I only saw one episode and I'm like, nope, this is gonna bomb.
and when I said this is shit and it's gonna fail, I was accosted by people saying, "Why do you want it to fail?"
Held up this time.
I don't care if it fails or succeeds. I just said it's going to fail.
Okay, it's holding. Come on.
That's a prediction, not a wish.
Mm-hmm.
Although at this point it's more of a forlorn hope because I can't fucking stand it when people... will try to
There they are.
pretend that shows anything more than god fucking awful. Well, and you know, it's kind of like how Kaiser's relationship with his pronunciation of Goku, in that regard. People have bullied me about this.
Remind Fran how he pronounces Goku's name.
Okay, Kaiser pronounces Goku's name something like Goku.
Oh, okay.
Emphasizing the U.
Yeah, and except the thing is, it's not really pronounced with enough stress on the O to make it correct to the Japanese pronunciation. He says, well, it's because it's more accurate to the Japanese pronunciation, and linked me a fucking video about of characters saying Goku over and over and again. Funny thing, they don't say it the way he says it. They never do.
No, they don't.
Actually, you know what? I lied. They said it once in the Frieza saga when Krillin was screaming Goku's name as he was exploded.
Yeah. One time
When his
out of
body
several.
or when he smash cuts his explosion.
It's like
When his body's when he's flying up in the air and then he screams Goku's name, and then he explodes.
Yeah, and it's not, the thing is, it's not pronounced the way it is in the dub in the Japanese version, I'll give it that. But the way the dub pronounces it is a hell of a lot closer to the Japanese version than the way Kaiser pronounces it.
Right.
Because in the original version, it's like, Goku.
Oh god, all these gentlemen.
Goku. Son Goku desu. Goku. It's not like a K-E-W.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if I end up dying here. I somehow did a blade dodge takedown without meaning to.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Boosh.
Come on, give me camera.
Ow.
There we go.
These wheels do.
No, you don't.
Okay, I think I see what's going on here. Something with the 3 crosses? Yeah. I'm guessing we're looking at Jesus, our good thief Dismas, and the jerk thief Gestus. And I figure the white cross is Dismas, so the black one is Gestus.
I have never seen that animation before, and I've played this game for years.
Yeah, which animation?
The one where he basically just is like, okay, stop, and then just cause the thing to drop. Did you know there exists a How to Train Your Dragon animated series where Nolan North voices Gerard Butler's character?
I did know that it existed. I had no idea Nolan North was in it.
Oh, wow.
It's weird as hell. It's basically the voice you're hearing as the Penguin, only it's trying to sound Scandinavian.
I swear he only does that voice because he thinks it makes him sound intimidating.
Wasn't that a bit from Arkham Knight?
Yeah, that's literally the only Joker line I remember from Arkham Knight because I haven't actually played the game.
Arkham Knight, aka let's get jump scared by Man-Bat.
Jill's worst moment in that game.
That's pretty much a nope, not playing. Stop playing this game. And the moment you get jump scared by fucking Man-Bat.
I find it weird that my first... Oh. And I died. So don't be surprised if that happens. Ends in this fight, because remember, New Game Plus, no counter prompts. And this even happens on the lower difficult. This even happens even if you clear the game on the lower difficulties and do New Game Plus.
Yeah, because like you gotta go by reaction, reflex to be able to counter.
Top is good. Keep it there.
Oh, and what I was saddened about when I looked this up on Wikipedia and behind the voice actors was that T.J. Miller did not reprise his role as Tough Nut in the third How to Train Your Dragon movie. I was like, oh, but I like him as Tough Nut. That's literally the one character I imagine whenever I hear his voice. Just because it fits so perfectly. And no, none of the teenage characters in those movies had Scandinavian accents.
Yeah, that was kind of weird, wasn't it?
I mean, Jay Baruchel can do a good Scottish accent. So, oh, it's like, why didn't they have him do that? He only does, like, the accent whenever he's trying to do a mock impression of Stoic. And was there any voice that you actually really liked in those movies?
That's gotta be it. Let's find out. Let's.
I've only ever seen the first one, so I don't know.
Jonah Hill was in all three movies as Snotlout.
I don't actually remember many of the voices.
I think you got it.
Christopher Miller Pins is Fish Legs.
Oh, shishkinates. No naked today.
Game.
So
Game?
if that was a test.
Hello.
I suppose it was testing. Filling a bucket. I had to know about
Game?
St. Dismas, whom I bet Avery and all of his crew were intimately
What?
familiar with.
Oh God, I have to retry this, don't I?
Not the only one.
Oh, did the game glitch out?
Yes!
It just
could
glitched
not
out.
handle me winning!
No, it's because you died. That's what it is. That's what it
No.
was.
It's because it couldn't handle me winning on the second try.
Yeah. Like I said, you died. That's what triggered the glitch. Wacky glitch.
Okay.
This has happened to me before,
To get up to that broken bridge. Hey, come here. I'll boost you up there.
or believe it or not.
You know, I never had that problem on Arkham Origins. I had a bunch of other problems, but I didn't have that.
Okay.
Like collision detection issues.
You know, one thing I really gotta give props to Origins, especially, is the boss fights. Because that game had quite a variation.
Yeah, I seem to remember those boss fights being pretty good. It's just that
Yeah.
the plot is a bit all over the place.
Oh, it's definitely all over the place. It's basically... K-Wing said it best. It's basically like Naruto, where it's like you got a lot of really interesting characters, but you only end up giving a damn about two of them.
I guess we're a couple hundred years.
Batman and Joker.
Yep. Not like Naruto and Sasuke.
Insert sarcasm here.
He just suplexed one guy into another guy.
Damn. Hit one motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Need some light through here.
What is with this area right here? Why do video games always have that, where you just can't go straight through something? You have to climb around
That
it.
makes sense. We're under a cathedral.
Well, because if you went straight through it, then the game couldn't happen. Now could it?
Well, it's like there's this thing.
Okay, now I beat it. Now Cobblepot.
There's this thing where you can go in a circle around around an obstacle, and it's not really an obstacle. It's just
Okay, so
kind of
weird
there.
thing about both this version and the PS3 Xbox version. For some reason, when Penguin shoots his umbrella gun at Cage, nothing seems to come out of that, and something's supposed to come out.
Does it happen in the
from-
Xbox 360 version? Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
What
Xbox
the hell?
and PS3 version.
The northwest sights are wide open as well.
Oh, now more piggyback riding.
Not yet. It'll take
Dude's
us a
got one
day
big
to-
arm, dude. He's got one little arm. They call the motherfucker Biggie Smalls.
In the meantime, see what you can do.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna propose something here.
Right.
Sam and I, we have guns.
I was gonna do that joke anyway.
We have.
Sam and I, we have guns. We could shoot all 3 of these people very quickly, and all of our problems would be over with. Just think about that, guys.
They found a whole annexed area under the cathedral.
I did. Have you seen it?
We could have all these guys out of our hair right now. Nobody's gonna... Nobody in this mercenary company is gonna come after us
My men have
when their boss and the guy who's signing their paychecks are dead.
but they've made no progress.
Indeed. It's almost like they need to be stupid in order for the plot to happen.
Yeah, that's a problem with Naughty Dog writing, because they don't prioritize making the story actually, you know, good.
I'll let them know they need to give you a heads up before they do.
Yeah.
And it's not like Sam and Nate are above that. They're not frickin' Batman.
Been blown up.
No,
Yeah,
don't
they've
sit around
killed
waiting
people.
any
They've
longer.
got a body count.
I think I have a bit more experience with this sort of
Of course.
I think
We
Sam,
tried things you
between Sam and Nate, I'm pretty sure we've killed like a couple hundred people in this game so far.
That cross long before it ever even made it to that auction. The same auction where I couldn't have my
Well, I'm
men
pretty sure
around
they
to deal
don't,
with any
don't have
surprises.
some no-kill rule that they break
But
every
instead of
game.
going with my gut, I'll listen to you.
Oh, you mean
And now
like
you're
Batman and throwing like a friggin'
Or maybe you wanted to draw
hitting a guy into
Why the hell would I do that?
sticking a guy's face into a what's it called?
Iron Maiden?
What do you do?
No, not an Iron
No,
Maiden.
no, oh,
It's,
no, not that.
I'm done trying to do things the clean way.
I think it's like a electric thing.
We'll find it. And if not,
I'm trying to think what it's called.
What, like an electrical fan?
maybe it's time to move.
Yeah. Well, not fan. And one of those things.
It's not personal.
Of course.
I'll let you know if anything turns up.
Oh, so this is the point in the story where
This is
Oracle
where
actually
Oracle
is supposed to be in the story.
Yeah.
So that whole thing where she briefly appeared to help us with Riddler, yeah.
Okay,
Both of them.
bullshit
Yeah.
game. There's more than enough room for me to get a gun through there.
think she was right though.
I could have killed at least one of them by
Like
now.
I said, it necessitates you being stupid just so the plot can happen.
Yeah. Well, Uncharted 3 was a fucking mess of that.
Oh, I won't disagree with you on that one. You will find no disagreements with me, because I have actually first-hand experience with that game.
Oh, there's a ledge down here.
It's like, people say that it's this great story, and I'm like,
It's an odyssey of a previously very smart character making a lot of really stupid choices.
Yep, including drinking the water that sends him on a drug trip.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I spoiled that for him, and when he was playing Uncharted 3 on his stream.
Alright, how much of a drug shit is it?
Basically, he thinks
Oh my
Sully
god,
died.
can you aim with the remote control batarang?
Evidently, no. Evidently,
Dude,
I
you
have
could
the...
slow down.
Like I said, evidently I have the aim of a stormtrooper.
Dude, Ray Charles has better aim than you.
You might not be wrong on that one. Remind me who Ray Charles is.
A blind man.
Oh, God.
Okay, we could, I could boost you up to that ledge, Sam. Sam, where the fuck are you going, Sam?
I'm still weirded out by the fact that in Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, Nolan North voiced, he's Toby, at least, when he's serious.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, that's Nolan North?
Wait, that's Deadpool? What the hell?
And then the anime ended and the anime in the third game ended up finalizing Neil Kaplan as
kneecaps.
Toby / Madara.
Kneecaps.
Yes.
Kneecaps busted.
A little too high to jump up there unless you got a trampoline. Left it in my backyard. Oh, darn. Wait, do you have a trampoline?
Yeah, we already heard this, guys.
And Fran, you remember what Digimon Neil Kaplan voiced before, right? He was Hawkmon.
Oh yes, Hawkmon.
A Digimon that looks eerily Native American with a British accent.
Yeah.
Yes, because that makes sense.
Kids show dub writers are weird.
Every kid show is weird if you look hard enough.
G Gundam was the least weird kids show dub.
Have you ever seen the Magic School Bus?
Who hasn't?
I have, yes.
Okay, there was this one episode where they went into a flower, and one of the girls started talking, but it was, Mikey, I think, who kept talking if you looked closely. And I noticed that on VHS. On a, like, a 12-inch CRT monitor. CRT TV.
How much recoil do you think that gun has, given his small stature?
I don't know. What does it shoot?
Probably as much recoil as a noisy cricket.
It shoots ice.
Bridge is out. Gotta find another way across. Here goes
Yeah,
nothing.
but they'll probably give him enough recoil to push him back.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem like he's pushed back in the slightest.
Good thing you're not heavier than
No, someone got modified to reduce recoil.
Okay.
That's probably it.
Made it.
Well, I'm pretty
What's the
sure
plan?
that would be the case for Mr. Freeze, but then again, he walks around in a robot suit most of the time. And yet he's somehow nearly as buff as Batman. Or no, wait, he's not buff.
No, he's not that buff. He's just his body's slim.
Oh, by the way, remember that whole thing with Killer Croc in the last game?
Yeah.
You gotta worry about ice density in this one, because if we break the ice, we're gonna get eaten by a shark.
Yep. So you gotta walk pretty slowly.
I gotta crouch walk like this. Which looks really awkward in this suit, by the way.
Yeah, you're staring at Batman's ass.
Da da da. Da 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 da. Na 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 na.
It's like that part of Metal Gear Solid 4 where you gotta go through that freaking microwave hallway while staring at
Snake's ass was not the first Konami-owned property that got nerfed. Because in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, the monsters Neospace and Aquadolphin and Neos ended up getting their asses nerfed in the 4Kids dub.
That's... Okay, come on. Come on, Drake.
And let's not talk about Burstyn Trix's Alpha. I said the better.
You mean Burst Lady in the Japanese version?
Yeah, she's about to burst out of something.
Colonel, I'm trying to sneak around, but they nerfed my ass.
Can't go through there. How do we get through?
You want to know something weird? Once there was this show called Ben 10, and the guy who voices Colonel Roy Campbell
plays the grandpa in that.
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing when I played MGS4, and I'm like, wait, that's Grandpa Max.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
This place wasn't complete.
See, I saw Ben 10 before I played MGS, and I was like, wait a second, that's Grandpa Max.
Wait, play.
See?
You mean watch?
See, you get it.
On the movie.
Played. Yeah, I watched Ben 10 before I played MGS.
Well, no, he's making a joke on the fact that MGS4 is more movie than game.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking about the original MGS. not MGS4.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, so Metal Gear Solid feature. You know, SGB ended up doing an edit with Metal Gear Solid 1.
Torture.
No, not the audio torture. That was actually someone else who did the editing for that one. I'm talking the editing Johnny did for the first part of their MGS1 playthrough, where Snake is getting briefed on the Foxhound members, and then after I think it was Vulcan Raven.
After Vulcan Raven, you get to the members.
You suddenly hear Stinky Diver, a former Navy commando with an attitude as bad as his odor. And then after Revolver Ocelot, you get and Meltman with the power to melt.
Okay, I have a thing here for a dramatic reading, and it's April 1701, so it's relevant. What do I read it as?
Read it whatever's your silliest voice.
Let it be known that I, Thomas Howard, captain of the Dauntless, am a gullible fool.
What the fuck is that voice?
It started with a cross, a cryptic message from my old compatriot with a vague promise of paradise. I was skeptical, but they thought of the remainder of my days at home, wondering what might have been was too much to bear. Boy, does that have any thematic connection to this?
I don't know what voice you're doing.
And one does not ignore a letter from the King of Pirates. I survived being marooned off the coast of Madagascar. I survived the attack of the East Indiaman.
Oh, remember that Abramovich guy I fought in the first stream of this game?
Yeah?
Here's his brother.
Oh, nice.
But I will not survive this. My leg is broken and my crew too cowardly to set foot in these damned caverns. Cannot hear my calls for help.
I'm tempted to ask you to do a somewhat dramatic reading of the Ansem reports from the Kingdom Hearts series with that voice.
Oh, God.
Or whatever other silly voice you've got.
Who could have imagined my deeds would bring me here to die an ignoble death so far from home? May God himself curse you, Henry Avery, and may my ghost haunt you the rest of your days.
Seriously, what the hell is that voice?
It's me doing a Muppet movement with my head and letting my voice squeak a lot.
What the fuck?
It's like, it's just me moving with the top of my head and making the lower jaw stay in
Jill,
place.
I can't call right now.
Here goes nothing.
And then I add in this over-the-top voice, and it sounds really weird.
Hold on a sec. Okay. See, this is what Mr. Freeze looks like without the suit.
Okay.
Actually, he kind of looks buff.
Not like overly buff, but...
No, he's toned.
Yeah. That's not the same thing as buff.
I know.
I'll weigh it down. Go.
I just didn't know the right word.
Yeah, I can tell.
Ripped is the correct
and
word.
Mr. Freeze in this game is voiced by the Brain.
What about me?
Pinky and the brain.
Brain.
Narf!
I've actually met Maurice LaMarche at Kineticon, and I got him to sign my PS3 copy of this game.
Oh, nice.
And I mentioned that he was in the Nostalgia Critic review for the movie, what was it? The Purge. he was apparently the plot for that review skits are that apparently they're
being held hostage by Film Brain.
No, the supposed fact that they're trying to split up Pinky and the Brain.
Oh, yeah. Well, they were being held hostage by Film Brain in that.
And apparently that skit ended up being Pinky and Brain swearing at each other.
Yeah, that was an alright skit. It could have been worse. I mean, Film Brain is incredibly fucking irritating, and he's more irritating now that he feels like he has to apologize for his content. Okay, Sam, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, am I supposed to come over and join you? That wasn't my fault. He slipped right off where he was supposed to be.
Well, if treasure hunting doesn't work out, we can always join the circus. Oh, crap.
So that liquid that Batman basically held to try and get leverage over Freeze was basically the thing that keeps him alive, because he has to be kept at a certain temperature in order to, live.
In my experience, AK-47s aren't this, what do you call it, two-dimensional. That's what it is.
Did you really think that was gonna work?
Okay.
It's worked in some respects.
No, when you put the friggin' explosive gel on the floor near the Titan container, not on the Titan container itself.
Well, I tried aiming for the Titan container, but I apparently didn't get it.
Oh, you dumb.
I'll never get used to this.
Oh, I missed. Did you know the Japanese version of that bit it has Wario going, "Oh my god!"
It's another cross.
And I'm still weirded out to this day that Wario in There Will Be Brawl is played by Kylie Bear.
Why?
Yeah.
It's the live-action Smash Brothers series directed by Matt Mercer.
This is another test.
Okay.
Lack thereof.
I think I saw like a couple of episodes of that, and then it got taken down, and...
It's gotta be the coins.
I haven't been able to find it anywhere.
Are we sure about this? I'm pretty sure.
It's funny that Matt Mercer is a huge Smash Brothers fan, and then he gets to actually voice characters that are in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Like Grom.
Now, there's...
Who, funny enough, in that game is like a mixture of Marth and Ike.
Speaking of Matt Mercer, what's with Leon's voice actors all sharing very similar things? Like, his first actor was named Paul, and he sadly died recently.
Oh, God.
Yep.
And his...
Rest in peace, Paul Mercier.
No, it wasn't Paul Mercier.
Oh.
It was the first one.
Oh, that guy. The guy that said, Ada, wait.
Yeah,
that guy.
It was the guy from Resident Evil 2. The guy from Resident Evil 2 died. And then he was voiced by Paul Mercier. And then he was voiced by Matt Mercer.
What's next?
So he went from a Paul to another Paul to a Mercier to a Mercer.
And then to some guy that nobody's ever heard of.
We try to forget about the Resident Evil 2 remake.
He was recruiting.
And yet it's still one of the best things that Capcom has ever made.
Yeah. Sad thing is that both campaigns together are about the length of one of the campaigns of the original game.
But then again, and it's like trying to make a classic Resident Evil game, but using a more modern approach to it. That's the thing. That's kind of me playing a bit of a devil's candidate.
Well, devil's advocate, yeah. The thing is, like, I can play some devil's advocate for it too in that regard. But the thing is, they still cut a bunch of content, and
consider
the Resident Evil 1 remake added a bunch of content.
Well, consider the fact that at Raccoon City has never really been, like, adapted the same way after RE2 and RE3 because,
Yeah, but,
you know,
where in
the fact that every time they adapt that storyline, it looks different.
Yeah.
Have you seen Operation Raccoon City?
Let me guess.
Yeah, Operation Raccoon City has never been canon.
You're gonna be waiting a long time.
And have you ever seen have you ever seen Darkside Chronicles, the sequel to Umbrella Chronicles?
Not a crucifix.
I have not, but I've seen Umbrella Chronicles, and Umbrella Chronicles kind of fucked up the geography of Raccoon City as well.
Never mind.
So you see my point?
Yeah.
No adaptation of Raccoon City has been consistent.
Yeah.
Except for the only consistent adaptations have been the only consistent versions are the originals and nothing but the originals.
Okay, guys, I had 2 guns on me when I came in here. I might have stopped paying attention, but I should still have my 2 guns somewhere near me.
Get out of there! I'll cover you! On it!
The thing is, my main complaint about the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes is that...
Now's my chance.
Now's my chance. I'm dead. My main complaint is that it should be easy to do what they did for Resident Evil 1 remake. Go back to the cut content. You know, make fucking. Where am I? What am I doing? There we go. I was stuck in first-person mode for some reason. And, by the way, this game doesn't have a first-person mode. Ow. I almost shot my brother in the chest.
What's the plan? I'm working on it.
Okay, so now this is supposed to be when I have the disruptor.
Yeah, I was already over there, buddy.
Okay, so now we gotta go fight Penguin.
Quote unquote.
Hey, Sam! Coming!
And the thing is, there was an entire demo for Resident Evil 2 that went unused, that they could have sourced extra content from. You know, Resident Evil 1.5. Anybody remember that?
No. Unfortunately, because I've never heard of it.
Okay, Resident Evil 1.5 is this prototype demo for Resident Evil 2. Features Leon, doesn't feature Claire.
It features some... Oh, wait, I know what you're talking about. It features some other chick.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this is the shark.
And here's Jaws.
Thanks, little brother. No sweat. Man, we really kicked a hornet's nest, didn't we? We kicked it, punched
And
it,
apparently
set it on
my
fire.
little sister is claiming that I haven't acknowledged what she said, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
I was almost done with that, too. God damn it.
I have been staying still, Penguin. I'm just not staying still where you're aiming. Sure you can.
Tiger.
Move your ass! Sometimes Drake just doesn't come out of cover when you need him to.
Oh, so by the way, Batman's now going to be taking on a villain that debuted in the Green Lantern comics.
Okay, why?
Because it's Batman.
Because I'm Batman.
Yep. Big motherfucker.
Oh my god.
And a penny.
My sister's claiming Alden asked the question, why is Dolly evil? One of my sister's golden retrievers. And Grundy want pants too. Oh, and he's voiced by Fred Tatasciore, aka Hulk. If you're wondering where the Solomon Grundy wants pants too skit comes from, it's a commercial from like the 90s, I think, when they were reusing footage of the Super Friends.
Of course they were.
And apparently, Brainiac was like, I just wanted a pair of pants. A nice pair of pants. And then Solomon Grundy's like, Solomon Grundy want pants too. Screwing up your plans.
God damn it, Nate, I can hear the fireworks from here. What the hell's going on?
Ruining your day.
Long story. Short version is get us the hell out of here.
And your day goes two hoochies from
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh,
What are
you know.
buying? What are you selling?
Doing my plans?
Nope.
I wouldn't have gotten shot there if I'd,
You know, Mark
rolled.
Hamill once voiced Solomon Grundy in the Justice League cartoon.
Oh, cool.
I was sad what happened to that version of the character.
I am so fucking, yep. I'm so fucking dead there. Who gave Solomon Grundy fire powers?
Penguin.
Well, he's just on fire.
Okay, but why did Penguin give Solomon Grundy fireball powers? Moving.
That's to me. I'm on fire.
I am doing terrible at this.
Yeah, see, life's been sure. That's what it is. Yeah, shitty timing.
Ooh!
Oh, I just now saw that I can't see the chat in
Barely
the live.
He barely grazed my head.
Actually, right in the back of the head.
No, it's like it gave me a feather tap on the side of my head, and then I died.
Yeah, his balls clipped you on your head.
That's pretty much what happened.
You were entranced by the sight of his large balls. Yes, I can get away
We've
with
got the biggest balls of them all.
Thank you, ACDC.
You know, the funny thing is that that song, I've actually heard that song through Ben Creighton's Gantz Abridged.
Oh yeah, that was his ending theme.
And the weird thing is like he's the only member of Team 4-Star to have actually finished not 1, not 2, but 3 abridged series.
Yeah. I'd still like to know what the hell happened between him and them.
Ow.
God dang. God dang. You must love getting hit by his balls, don't you?
Oh, God. You're going to compare this to that?
Well, you're getting smacked by his balls, alright? What do you want me to do?
Maybe not make that comparison?
What was it, a Transformers Revenge of the Fallen comparison?
No. It's a reference to when we played Resident Evil 5. Basically, he would compare this to me getting hit quite a bit by the Ouroboros dogs.
No. You allowed yourself to get hit by them because they just wanted your love. That's all.
See what I mean? And Grundy's not dead.
Of course he's not.
Because you can't kill him unless you throw him into the sun.
And he's on the top of it.
Or if Cthulhu ends up killing him.
Struggle must struggle.
Cthulhu, what the hell is this? Bloodborne?
Well, actually, this series called him Cthulhu.
Same difference.
And he's kind of a thing that Hawk Girl ends up having to deal with because with her nth metal mace, which is powerful enough to combat Dr. Fate, whom, in case you don't know, is pretty OP. Meanwhile, and this was basically because Cthulhu ended up wanting to target Aquaman and City of Atlantis, so they needed Solomon Grundy to defeat they needed Solomon Grundy so they could take out Cthulhu. He's got a grenade launcher, and he proceeds to miss every single shot. And he cowers in fear. And now he's in the robot suit. Apparently whatever is on my live stream in chat isn't updating.
Yeah.
My sisters.
Yeah, I just said that. Too.
Let's see. Here, sheesh, Dolly is evil. Alden said, lol, what did Dolly do? He also voiced... Alden mentions he voiced John DiMaggio voiced Bender in Futurama.
Fight my shiny metal ass.
Fight my shiny... I can't do Bender.
I can't do him either, and my mom tries to get me to do other Sesame Street characters due to the fact that I ended up doing a impression of Kermit for a school announcement at
Hi-ho.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here doing school announcements. keep on saying My Hero Academia. There are some people online saying My Hero Academia openings are only getting worse and worse, and I'm like...
According to who?
Apparently Ryan and some idiots from Game Explain.
Right, why?
And of course my sisters are saying that the new opening for the arc of the arc went the school festival arc sucks, and I'm like, are you kidding me right now with this bull crap?
Okay, be honest. What's the damage? What's their damage?
Sam, you're not even... Oh.
My older sister is now getting on my ass for liking the opening. How are you gonna say it doesn't suck? Simple. I actually enjoy it. You asked me how, and I just did.
You asked the question, I give you an answer. There'll be one you like, but it's an answer.
It's like a lifestyle anime opening. That's because it's a breather arc. It's literally the whole point of the opening. It's supposed to accentuate the fact that, oh yeah, this isn't going to be a big action arc. It's going to be a lighthearted one to remind us, oh yeah, these are kids going to school.
Yep.
And plus, we had a couple big action arcs twice in a row. Because literally, season 3 had the camp arc, which then is followed by the hideout raid arc, which is then followed by a provisional license exam arc, which is then followed by the work study arc. You see where I'm going with this?
Yep.
No, there is not going to be a grocery arc, Amanda. You would know that if you read the friggin' manga.
Okay, look at this, guys. I have this heavy machine gun here.
Okay.
Can't get through 2 inches of plastic. I can't get through it, no matter how much I shoot at it.
Did my sister, who started reading manga, completely forget that action starts back up after this arc?
The bullet holes are literally healing themselves. This is magic plastic. I need to take it with me.
Magic plastic. That's a first.
Oh shit, Sam, sniper! Find cover!
And now I'm fighting a group of Two-Face mooks. I swear, this takedown is a godsend.
Oh, for the love of God. Oh, for the love of... Okay.
Well, you may say that the opening is lame, Manda. Well, guess what? You're not the one in charge of who makes the OPs. So when you get to be in charge of making a OP for an anime, hey, do let me know who you pick and how the thing's going to look. And then we'll talk.
I don't give a shit about the animation. I just want the, I just want stuff to sound cool, you know?
Oh, there's plenty of cool OPs in My Hero Academia. Like, look it up sometime when you get the chance. It's really good.
Yeah.
So look up through Toho Animation's YouTube channel, because if you're looking up through Crunchyroll or through Crunchyroll or Funimation, you're just gonna get the TV broadcast version that occasionally blackens the screen due to you know, that thing that the Pokemon anime has to avert from nowadays.
Flashing lights.
Yeah. Because the Toho Animation version actually shows, like, the full thing without the blackened screen. Okay, how was I roasted, Amanda? You didn't even put up a decent argument. If you put up a good argument, then maybe, just maybe. Okay, but that's not me being roasted, that's just you saying things. Ow. Come here.
Move your ass, Drake.
Clearly she did not feel... For whatever reason, this woman, who is a trained assassin of Talia's elite guard, somehow didn't feel the tracking device being placed on her back.
Yes. The, because I said so school of believability.
Sure you didn't.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
I had it under control.
Did you know that one of the outfits in this game is the Red Robin outfit?
I did not.
Red Robin, yum.
Yum. Jinx.
Hey, kid. No place to land up here.
For whatever reason, Young Justice Abridged made Tim Drake into a Latino, and also the Robin that's seen in the show, even though it's supposed to be Dick Grayson.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. Do I look like I know the answers?
Nope.
And Wally West went through at least like 2 or 3 different voice actors in that abridged series.
Was that on purpose?
No. As far as I could tell.
And this is where you get one.
Where I'm supposed to get line launcher, but
New Game Plus.
yeah. But blah blah blah, New Game Plus. So the tell for a dead shot shooting is if you hear a gunshot nearby, and if you hear a loud sniper round nearby, and check the map.
Can Deadshot not afford silencers?
Apparently not.
No.
Because
You probably go through them all real quick.
Because Deadshot's kind of a narcissist.
No, it goes through them too quick.
So there's a lot of people who were narcissists.
And no, he
in
doesn't look
Gotham
like
City,
Will
huh?
Smith in this.
No, he just looks like Tony Stark, doesn't he?
Not really. Besides, it doesn't look like a Spaniard, so. And chances are none of you guys are gonna get that.
Nope.
And at one point, I think it was start in the comics, he looked like a Spaniard. Tony Stark.
Okay, the hell am I supposed to be doing with this game?
Donk.
Oh, and in this part of the game, you can encounter Killer Croc. But he doesn't fight you.
Yeah, it's just a cameo.
I'm trying to press the friggin' button. No way, I'm supposed to wait for that thing to, you know, not be red, not be green. I don't know anymore, man.
Yeah, tell.
Apparently, if you remote control electric, like an armored guy, he just goes flying.
Yep.
And recently, I ended up roasting Amanda. Okay, never mind. I did not read that. Because apparently I am illiterate.
No, apparently, no, it's obvious you can't multitask.
Yeah, Mason, I'm very aware that my PS4 chat froze.
Mine might have as well, but I have no idea.
I'm probably gonna check the chat replies later, but for now, it's just... So why did you buy Switch port of the Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth games when, you know, you already have them on the PlayStation Vita?
Because I barely play the Vita anymore. Just have to still have them on PS4.
Ow. I was not aiming for you.
And there's smoke screen.
Especially with large crowds of enemies, you're gonna want to deal with the armored guys sooner than the other guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the chat is lit, and because you've shown me screenshots, sister. Also, I would have to tell her that. Also, I'm gonna have to tell you this, Amanda. You can't get in here because you don't have a PS4. That's literally what we've been chatting on, the voice chat on that thing. So, sorry, but nothing I can do about that. Plus, whatever Discord server I'm a part of, I would need the authorization of the person in charge in order to invite somebody. I don't really own it. Oh god, the drugs are kicking in.
Whoa. I didn't think I was gonna survive that. I thought I was gonna have to kill those guys.
By the way, you know who voices Raish in this game?
Not Liam Neeson.
That was a close one.
Not Liam Neeson, nor the guy who voiced him in the animated series.
Who?
Fine, thanks.
D. Bradley Baker.
Get us to Madagascar.
That's not a bad choice.
No treasure then.
Not yet.
And I'm like...
Look, we're rich.
Voodoo to be acquired by Fandango. Okay.
The rest is in Madagascar?
Well, there was a chamber back there with
Sup?
a giant map of Madagascar on the floor, so... Yeah, it's probably
Wait,
there.
what?
This is beginning to smell a whole lot like wild goose.
The digital movie
Look, the
service
treasure was never
Voodoo is
in
being
Scotland,
acquired
right?
by
Then what
Fandango,
was
the
point
ticket
of all that,
retailer.
huh? Of the St. Dismas
Look, it's like
That's
I said.
wacky.
I think Avery was recruiting
Excuse me.
people.
The thing is, they're both on movies anywhere, so it doesn't really
Just
matter.
Some sort of initiation.
Yeah.
Oh, so we all passed,
Wacky.
huh? Congrats, Victor. We get eye patches and parrots now.
I don't get it. Why the hell would they go to all that bother just to weed people out?
To protect himself. Look, Avery was the most wanted man in the world at that time. He had to enlist people that he could trust. in
Yeah,
order to
but
keep
if
their
I voice
treasure
chat on Discord, then none of it gets recorded on my PS4,
Thomas
or
Jones
all
was a
that gets
successful
recorded
pirate in his
is the audio
What would he
of the
possibly say to the
game I'm
game from joining
streaming,
Avery?
not what I'm.
Avery sent
You'd
the
have to
the
have-
audio, the voice
to the
chat.
other wealthy
You'd have to have a
pirates
complicated
himself.
series of pass-throughs that is honestly not
All
worth
their
it in the
treasure
end.
together.
Yep.
That would make the Gunsway Hall look like chump change.
Exactly.
Well, either that or just, you know.
Okay, so where exactly in Madagascar are we going?
Kings Bay. It was an
You know, there was
old
once a
pirate haven back
time
in
where
Revenant.
I know it well. It's a big place. Anything more specific?
You could actually
that map
potentially
chamber
route
completely
the
came from
audio from your computer
What are you laughing about?
out into the PS4
The people
through
who
like a
survived the
USB
caves, the
microphone.
recruits. What's the one
But-
thing they would have left with?
Hypothetically, that I don't think it'll work.
There's a volcano on this.
Oh, so we're going to
There's a
Vesuvius,
volcano
aren't we?
near Kings Bay. Which means we need to get a move on.
No, we're going to a completely different one. Never mind.
No, you haven't.
Oh, nice product placement there, Sony. Oh, we're going back to talk to the wife for now.
Hey, Nate.
Hi, honey.
Oh, hi. I've been trying to get a hold of you. Are you okay?
Yeah, of course. What do you mean?
Well, you know, the
She
thing
says,
is,
I think you
with all
can
that
link your
flooding,
Discord to the PS4 to
we
do
don't
that.
have
I'm
water
like,
during the monsoon.
no, you can't.
Yeah, right. Right, yeah, it does.
Because
Around us,
Discord-
sure.
If it were Xbox, maybe.
Well, as long as you guys are safe.
But this ain't
So are you gonna
Xbox.
start work tomorrow?
Postponed, actually. Looks like we're gonna need maybe another 10 days or so.
Oh, 10 days. Hey, well, why don't I just go ahead and buy a ticket then?
Oh, you know, you don't have to do that. It's fine.
No, it didn't.
You know, these guys always overestimate things. I'm sure it'll be the last time.
Came from over here, I'm sure of it.
Okay, well, you know, don't rush. Make
It
sure.
was
that you're safe.
500 feet away from you.
Oh, I will. Always do. Listen, I'm sorry. I gotta go. Jameson's calling me over.
Okay. Love you too.
What are the satellites saying, Victor?
Right now, not a goddamn thing. I lost the signal.
Hey, you know what never loses signal?
And right nuts.
Alright, this route right here should take us straight to the volcano. Might get a little bumpy, though.
That map still acts like it's made out of cloth, not paper.
Meanwhile, Batman is still having a bit of a drug trip because now everything's tilted.
Oh, I'm in control now.
And I'm like,
What are we looking for?
is this
Well, the map
is this
shows all these structures around the volcano.
that one movie with John Travolta as an alien?
Battlefield Earth, yeah.
Yeah.
Man in the world. So if he was hiding something out here, it makes sense he'd need lookouts. One of those towers is right on the volcano.
No wait, everything isn't glowing blue.
Fingers crossed.
There's no blue tint to everything. Because now everybody's got friggin' dreads.
Ruins up ahead.
Wait here. I'll go take a look.
She said, and meanwhile she says that.
Victor. Still do a lot of traveling?
Meanwhile she says that the Hiroaka opening, that the one Hiroaka opening sucks, and I'm like, well, at least it has a different song, unlike Hunter x Hunter. Same intro song, different animation for every single episode from 1 till 164. They just change which verse comes first every so often.
I mean, I can appreciate some consistency, but there is such a thing as being repetitive.
It's very repetitive. Oh, so apparently there's a Discord set up for PS4.
I did not know that.
She had to literally Google search that. And I don't think she... And Amanda, I don't think you would want to be...
Okay, you couldn't have just gone around and...
Nah, nothing worthwhile. Come on,
Drake just jumped on the fucking hood
They
rather
needed
than
more
taking the door.
actual music. That's what they needed.
Hey, so with our luck, what are the odds?
And I'm weirded out by... And part of me is somewhat weirded out by the fact that I had met the person who voice acts Gon in the dub before I even knew she voice acted Gon. Or rather, before I even knew she was going to do Gon.
You actually did some research?
Can't let you be the know-it-all every time.
It's Erica Mendez.
That bridge there is what you would call rickety.
Does it at least sound good as... You know...
Actually, she does pretty good guy voice. It's just, you know...
That's kind of unusual these days.
Oh boy! This looks promising.
Because, like, that... Funimation isn't working with Saffron Henderson anymore, or because they stopped doing stuff. They stopped outsourcing to Canada. Funimation's not working with Stephanie Nadolny anymore because Christopher Sabat is a fucking asshole.
That he is.
Yeah.
Don't drop.
And now I gotta get into Wonder City.
Keep it in the center. Yeah, there's a lot of backseat.
That city is so wonderful.
We're good. Everything's good. Jesus Christ.
Or as Amanda says, Gon is a bitch. And I'm
Once
like,
upon a time, there were some decent voice actresses who could do male voices, but
Don't spin out now.
nowadays we've
Mona
got
Marshall was one of those.
yeah,
You need traction here.
and
Nathan, the rocks. I got it. I got it.
You
nowadays
know,
it just sounds like a bunch of middle-aged women voicing men.
All right, hang on, guys.
that's a sad truth. And Mendez isn't even middle-aged.
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was actually really nice to meet.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like while she could do a lot of decent young male voices, I much prefer her doing like a tough female voice,
Yeah.
like Ryuko from Kill la Kill.
Bit humid.
Not Panama, humid.
Like Tara Strong can do a good, well, decent male voice, but I'd rather her not, you know, because a lot of times what women who voice male characters wind up doing is just fucking up their voices in the long run.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like Colleen
Miley-
Clinkenbeard has done
And
that.
Miley Flanagan, for a while I legitimately thought Naruto was voiced by a dude. That's kind of the messed up part of all that. Like, I think her voice got messed up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, you know, her early Naruto voice was kind of Her recent Naruto voice has become slightly better, but it's been at the cost of a lot, I'd say.
Seeing that, and even when Naruto was an adult, he's still voiced by a woman in both English and in Japanese.
That is just so stupid. Like, I'm against that as a concept. Like, specifically that. No adult men And no adult male characters should be voiced by women. I don't care what you're trying to do.
And the strange thing is like
So Nathan, you're thinking Avery, too, and some other big shot pirates pulled their treasure and came out here.
All right, so
Who knows?
first time I ever
Maybe
got
for
that
protection.
done without
British
taking too
authorities are
long.
closing in on him. Sure. Maybe he helped them disappear. I mean,
Funny enough, in this game, Talia al Ghul is voiced by Stana Katic
I recognize that name. I don't know why, though.
from Castle.
Oh, that's why.
She's a comic nerd.
let's go check out that tower. I'll come with.
Poof.
It's in pretty good shape for something several hundred years old. Yeah. Definitely ruins from Avery's era.
Gives me a link to Sea Dog VA and what I would need to do and what to expect as a voice actor. I'm like,
Christopher Condon Sizzle is captain of the
well,
fiery dragon.
it's a
operated out of
given.
Madagascar
Hang
in
on.
Avery's time.
I recognize that
So
name.
maybe Avery recruits pirate captains to what be his
And now
orders.
Bruce is about to see the light, and
Doesn't. Well, maybe
And it's not
each
the
captain
Steve
was
Frank.
responsible for a tower, along with providing
God dang it, Ben Affleck.
Okay, yeah.
Ketchum is voiced by Veronica Taylor in the English dub, in the 4Kids version, but in Pokemon on USA's dub, voiced by Sarah Natochenny.
Yeah,
and is voiced by Rika Matsumoto in the Japanese version.
Veronica Taylor was pretty good. I'd have to say that I didn't like it as time went on. It really wasn't fit for purpose as the series progressed. I mean, I know.
I definitely agree that her voice as Ash did not age all that well. Like,
and
later or on, like earlier on, it's fine, but later, no.
Yeah, and what I see that it's stuff like that where I feel like male voice actors playing younger characters tends to age a lot better than voice actresses playing young male characters does, even though it doesn't really, even though it might not necessarily fit 100%. It still usually winds up aging quite a bit better because there's less problems to notice. There's like less in the way of
and now we get to meet Talia.
Less in the way of it doesn't sound so much like it's like it's somebody
Amanda,
putting
when
on
has
a
Ash
voice
aged
sometimes.
beyond 10?
That's a joke. He's been eternally 10 for like, what, 20 years?
And Orochimaru's like, I wish to know your jutsu.
Have you seen the latest Pokemon anime? Like Sun and Moon?
Ash has... Well, they moved on from that to Sword and Shield.
Yeah, but that was...
And Ash has a Dragonite, a Gengar, and a Riolu on his team.
Which I call bullshit.
And the animation just looks so weird. Like, the fights look great, but everything else...
It sounds weird with a deep voice who is supposed to have not changed yet. That's why women do prepubescent boys. It's like... Yeah, I get that, but it's not a practice that's going to particularly age all that well.
And that's the problem. It never really does. It starts out, maybe it sounds okay. Then as time goes on, you start hearing like little cracks in it. Not like literal cracks, but metaphorical cracks in it.
Unfortunately, who doesn't sound very good as a young boy, especially in the Hunter x Hunter cast, as is between... For me, it's between Erica Harlacher and Christina V. Great actresses, as I don't particularly like their boy voice. Hello, Talia's booty.
Yeah. Colleen Clinkenbeard is very much the same kind of thing going on for her. I like her voice when she's doing female characters. But when she does Gohan
Frieza
and
Hawkeye
Luffy...
is one of those things.
Yeah. But when she does Gohan and Luffy, it sounds awful. And,
especially considering Luffy's supposed to be a 17-year-old boy.
Yeah.
By the start of One Piece, and he's 19 in the current time skip arc. I'm like, why is he voiced by a woman at this point in time?
Why was he ever voiced by a woman? Like,
originally Eric Vale was going to probably voice him in a test dub that Funimation did a while ago.
But why not just stick with that?
Because they ended up casting Eric Vale as Sanji. And Chris Sabat was apparently going to voice Helmeppo, whom ended up voiced by Troy Baker, then Mike McFarland.
Deeper than it looks.
And
all right, ready? Give it a shot.
then they just. She says, I'm not saying they're all great. I'm just saying there's some that's good. Yeah, I did point that out. It's just like, it's still not just a decent practice. I mean, in the Haikyuu dub, apparently Bryson Balgus was still able to play a Hinata when he was 12, and then even when he was 15. And I'm like, he has a decent pitched voice that could fit young men.
You know, one of the absolute best pieces of casting I've heard was the Japanese voice for Trunks, and I can't remember his name.
Takashi Kasao.
Yeah, and then didn't he go back and voice Kid Trunks later on?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was perfect. Why not just do that all the time? It proves it's possible.
Someone at Kineticon argued that they should have recasted Laura Bailey for Greg Ayres.
For what?
Trunks? For Kid Trunks?
Oh, as in gotten Greg Ayres to play Kid Trunks.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would have been interesting to see, and instead we get Alexis Tipton and in Super, who sounds worse.
And wasn't she also in Kai?
No. Laura Bailey reprised Trunks and Kai.
Why not just stick with her then?
I don't know what Sabat was smoking.
Hey Nathan, check out that cave there.
I also don't know what they were smoking when they wrote,
excuse me.
I don't trust dragons. That I don't trust dragons bit with Jiren or some of the weird dubbing bits of the Tournament of Power, which gives me the impression they were hastily rushing through this. They're like, oh, let's just get this over with. This arc is just another tournament arc, or let's just zip right through it.
Yeah, never mind the fact that it is literally the last arc of Dragon Ball Super for the foreseeable future.
To be animated.
Yeah.
Because,
like I said, for the foreseeable future.
I think after I beat Raish, I'm just gonna, call it a night, and we'll, and then.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So the May 4th stream is probably going to be delayed till 9:30 as well, because I got work till 9, and then, and on that day. So yeah, let's just say work is going to be kicking my ass.
The only route to the volcano is straight through them. Oh, shit. You do have the drop on. What's the play here, Nathan? Just follow my lead.
I don't know what it is. The characters look less realistic than they did in the PS3 games.
It seems like that trend ended up dying after the PS3 era. Like, ultra super hyper realism.
Yeah, it's just weird because they've obviously attempted realism. It's just that they've failed.
Yeah. And the thing is,
I don't want to live on this planet anymore. The wheels fell off before I hit the ground.
You know, the funny thing is, like, people will probably use my opinion on the fact that Christina V doesn't really do a decent boy voice, is to basically say that, basically say like it's a terrible old choice. Period. I'm like, but consider the fact that the Japanese version of Killua is literally almost the same. Because in both English and Japanese, they are both voiced by women.
You know, I'm not a big fan of making English dubs that are identical, practically, to the Japanese version. It seems like a wasted opportunity to me.
It kind of does in some retrospect, but if you're going to at least add something interesting to the character that you can't get in the Japanese version, then that's fine. Like the fact that Justin Briner's Deku basically adds a little bit of Morty from Rick and Morty in it, and I'm like, oh, this just adds quite a bit. Like, it actually makes it more awkward, especially when, like, the early bits of the show. Raish, you should know by now that Batman isn't gonna kill you.
Oh, one, I'm not gonna kill you.
One dub that I really like.
I don't need that much. I don't need all your blood. I
Is
just need
Death
like a
Note.
Alright.
Yeah, that's alright. That's fine.
Hi, I just took down your buddy here. Here, you want some too?
You know, yeah, the thing is, I've seen bits and pieces of Death Note when my little sister was watching it on Netflix, and I do have to say I do like Brian Drummond as Ryuk.
Yeah, Brian Drummond as Ryuk is awesome. My favorite performance is Brad Swale as Light.
Honestly, that Kira laugh was way better by Swaley.
Mamoru Miyano.
Holy crap, that is scary.
Yeah, Mamoru Miyano is not a bad voice actor, but
no, he's not.
But he's in like 100 shows every year, and he was in a whole bunch of shows right when Death Note was going on, and he sounds bored out of his fucking mind.
Jesus.
Even when he's supposed to be getting into it. Like, when Light's having his, like, little psycho moments, you know?
How many shows is Yuki Kaji cast in? And that's what I gotta wonder. You're not, you're Raish.
Oh, better than being Rape Al Ghul, I guess.
What?
I don't know.
You know, Talia did date rape Bruce.
Yeah, she's Rape Al Ghul.
Let's go, gentlemen.
Oh shit.
Oh, and now we get phase 2 of the boss fight, or rather the actual, or what's supposed to be the actual part of the fight, and it turns into that one boss fight from Twilight Princess.
Let's go, gentlemen.
Which one?
The one where you're fighting against the giant dinosaur skeleton, and at the end of Arbiter's Grounds.
Oh, the
Yeah, Star-Lord.
Yeah, there was one like that in Skyward Sword, too.
Wasn't that the one where you fought against the Asura statue?
I think so, yeah.
That one was cool.
It's been like 10 years since I played that game, though.
Gotta make sure it's nothing. Sure.
It's been a long-ass time since I played that as well, and my only recent exposure to Skyward Sword has been Meal's Let's Play of it. Oh, and now it's time to mash the counter button.
There's a lot of games that I need to go back and play that I haven't played in like a decade almost. And the thing was that Skyward Sword was one of the games I got with my Wii. It's one of my favorite games on the Wii, too.
Some people hate it.
I don't understand why, because like people always
It's
go, it's like,
partially due to the motion controls and partially due to how the story's written.
Honestly, the story's perfectly fine. It's one of the better Zelda story. Is in fact,
And Aaron Hansen has a major hate boner for it in his Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time verse sequelitis, which is probably one of his worst videos.
Ego Raptor can go fuck himself.
He really can.
Okay,
Mosh pit.
bullshit game. Bullshit game. Bullshit game. What, do I need to kill all of those guys? Fine. Let me take cover. Let me take cover, game. Let me take cover, game.
Raish, you're giving me free flow focus, which ultimately screws you over.
Where did you two come from?
Stop calling yourself a Legion. You're not a freaking ball of naked zombies. Yes, that's Symphony of the Night reference.
Yep, I'll probably be streaming that at some point. But the thing
the PS4 version, probably.
Yeah,
right?
I'd have to do that version because that's one of the only two versions I own, that and the version it's based off, the PSP version.
Yeah, I have.
At you go through the Rondo of Blood.
Yeah, I gotta do Rondo of Blood before I approach Symphony of the Night.
Next time.
Which, by the way, if you hear, Patrick Seitz' Dracula in Rondo of Blood is amazing. It's like, holy cow, this is pretty much, I feel like Graham McTavish must have gotten some inspiration from Seitz. It's just based on his Rondo of Blood performance.
It's likely.
Which, by the way, if you're familiar with that match, the counter prompt on Galden, it's the same in the Deathstroke boss fight in Origins.
Oh!
Even with the same recycled animation.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So that's where Arrow got their whole boss fight from in the second season, I think it was.
Only person. Have you ever met at Selena and
where the hell did they get rocket launchers?
Have you not met Vicky Vale?
Yeah, Vicky Vale. I was gonna say her.
Yeah, I was about to say Vicky something.
Or what's her face from the Dark Knight trilogy? Rachel Dawes.
Oh, Maggie Gyllenhaal's better.
Who was originally played by what's her face in Batman Begins?
Yeah.
I actually didn't notice
Katie
that
Holmes.
was Katie Holmes. Yeah, I actually didn't notice that was two different people until somebody pointed it out to me. They don't look all that similar.
Talia,
just that I thought.
Yeah, there's not much of a noticeable.
Talia, you literally did me, so you could just have a kid.
And I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
You know, they actually had a male voice Damien in the DC Animated Universe movies.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Stuart Allen, who's actually probably my favorite voice for Damien, as he keeps on as the character ages along with his voice.
Yeah, like Ray's just gonna do that. Come on.
Oh, you know, just on a trip. I even packed my bags and everything.
And if it's a 600-year-old man.
Watch what? There's nobody coming after us.
Alright, and that'll be it for tonight. You know, I have to wonder... Alright, so I'll talk to you guys some other time.
Yep.
Next Monday will be Resident Evil 4 Professional Mode.
And next Monday for me is probably just going to be more Uncharted 4.
Alright, talk to you guys later.
See you later, man. Bye.
Yeah.